I have been evading this discussion for quite some time now, as I feel that I wasn't ready yet to share my experience as a Warframe partner. Now that I am over 2 years in the partnership program, I think this is the right time to talk about it. There are several misconceptions I'm seeing and hearing on the community, and I will try to rectify all those misbeliefs you have about Warframe partners. First off, partners are not part of Digital Extremes. We are not part of the development team, community management, or the company in general. The partner page clearly states that we are separate entities, and our view or opinions don't reflect that of Digital Extremes. We may have contacts on their staff, and we can suggest some things to make the game better, but don't expect those suggestions to be given weight at all times. Also, I have received a lot of message from people who got banned in the game, and wants me to do something about it. Again, we have no power to do that, as we are not part of the Warframe support. Also, we are not moderators and can't mute anyone saying something bad about you. So please, don't expect us to do these sorts of things. The whole truth is, we are merely content creators, who create Warframe videos for our community. Like it or not, we have no control over what Digital Extremes do to their game, nor Digital Extremes having control on what we want to share with our audience. We are called partners, and not staff for a reason. That is because we may share the same interest with Digital Extremes, but we don't have a direct way of affecting their decisions. On the official partner page, you will see the lists of requirements on how to enroll as a Warframe partner. You may think that partners qualified because they stick to these criteria, but the truth is, these qualifications are not met all the time. I have seen some content creators who are not qualified but still were included in the partnership program. In the end, these things listed on the partner page aren't qualifications. They are just guidelines on how to get noticed by Digital Extremes as a content creator. Because in the end, the company has full control over who will they choose as a Warframe partner. Honestly, I don't have a full grasp of what it takes to be a partner when I was applying. The clearest instructions for me were, you must be 18 years old and above, has a Warframe account, and the required subscription count. The other qualifications are hard to understand for my part because if you deeply look and think about it, you have no clue at all if your content is worthy of the partnership program or not. In the end, Digital Extremes clearly have the final decision on whether or not they think you are qualified to be a Warframe partner or not. I did prove this to be right when I was applying for partnership for the first time. I had over 4,000 subscribers on my channel, uploading Warframe content every day, and was at the right age and my account was all green. Sad to say that I wasn't accepted because, between those lines of the 3 other qualifications, Digital Extremes decided that I'm not yet worthy to be part of the partnership program. I did apply a couple of months later, when my channel is over 10,000 subscribers, and was fully accepted to the partnership program. So in conclusion, it's still up to Digital Extremes of who they think are valuable to be partners. Let's be honest here, Digital Extremes won't just pick a random channel if they don't see it as an asset in the future. I agree with what Railjack said in his recent video, that partners are a free advertisement for Warframe. We, the content creators whether on Twitch or YouTube, are mostly the ones keeping the game relevant in search engines and social media. We may not affect Digital Extremes' decisions directly, but we can influence what the community thinks about the game. We can either entice new players from playing the game, or even made those who quit the game play again. And also, we can make the game look bad if we decided to post some negative criticisms about the game based on our own experiences playing it. Warframe partners are like double-edged swords for Digital Extremes. One side can make them popular, while the other side can slice their head off. That's why I can't blame them for having such criteria like these. As in the end, it's a make or break decision of who would they want to be part of their team. In case you didn't know, there are perks of becoming a Warframe partner. The most notable ones are the in-game glyph, platinum, and prime access giveaways, Twitch raid, and the day 1 access for the new stuff in the game. Warframe partners are allowed to create their own custom logo, and be displayed in the game. Does this help in your channel growth? In my case, it doesn't help that much. Our glyph is not a brand in the first place, but simply a representation of our community. I don't know how other partners made their glyph, but in my case, a lot of people work together to create this glyph. We made it so we can represent our community in the game, and not advertise my channel. Honestly, Glyphs are not the main focus of the game. There may be instances that people will ask about how to get your glyph, but, let's be honest here, that won't happen all the time, since what matters most for players are the frames, and weapons, and not some fancy logo in the game. Although the other perks help me in both growing my channel and giving back to my community. I don't know about Twitch raids, since most of the partners that benefit from this perk are those streamers on Twitch. I usually just make YouTube videos, and the giveaways, and as well as the day one access on stuff does help me grow my channel. Partners are entitled to 1,200 platinum giveaway per month. They can split the platinum, or give it away in full. Also, during new Prime access, and as well as Prime unvaulting, we can also give away Prime access to our community. These types of giveaways somehow keeps my community active and engaged, but most of the people in my community don't care about giveaways. What they need is fresh new content that they can replicate in the game. I am one of those Warframe content creators who gets the full benefit of the day one access. Whenever the game releases new mods, weapons, or frames, we have access to those at day one. No more grinding for stuff means I can put up new content fast for my community. However, not all stuff is included in day one access. Specifically, Prime access is not included, and major content that is part of a story-driven mechanic is not handed to Warframe partners at day one. Such examples are Railjack parts and mods that need to be grinded, or story rewards such as Excalibur Umbra. In my opinion, how useful are the perks of Warframe partnership program depends on the content being produced by the content creator. Some partners enjoy the perks since it helps them keep their community active, and as well as produce content to their viewers fast, while others just simply don't care about these perks at all. I know that viewers are more into your characteristic, and if whether or not you are creating quality content as a creator, but my advice is, take some time to use these perks to your advantage. Digital Extremes gets some free advertising when you create Warframe content, and it is wise to somehow use these perks to create content fast, or give back to your community. Because the truth is, we can't give away Platinum and Warframe stuff on our own, as that would be breaking the end user's agreement. So, might as well take full advantage of the free giveaways that Digital Extremes offer to reward your faithful followers. How about sponsored videos, squad leader? Surely, this type of video has Digital Extremes influence all over the place. You may think that way, but the fact is, that doesn't work that way. I was able to produce one sponsored video by Digital Extremes, and that was a Grendel video. Before we released the video, we are given enough time to both experience and produce the new content. Grendel did receive a few tweaks before release, thanks to the output of Omni Voice during the project. If you think that Grendel's energy consumption is horrible right now, then you don't know how grotesque it is during dev build. DE did listen to our suggestions that somehow made Grendel fun to play at launch. Well, he still needs a buff in my opinion. Anyway, during the project, DE did not tell me what to do. Instead, I was able to review Grendel during the dev build, and what I created was the result of my experience playing the game. As for who's going to be chosen for a sponsored video, I don't have a clue. I was emailed by one of the staff concerning the Grendel project, and I did not care about how did I get chosen. All I cared about was I get to play Grendel first, and some extra cash in my pocket. One last thing that I want to discuss before head to the next section of this video is that Warframe partners don't receive any immunity perk. We are not invincible to the ban hammer, and you all witness that in the past, as big Warframe partners have been banned because of breaking the end user agreement. The company doesn't give us immunity to what we are creating, and if they see that we are breaking their rules, then it's an instant ban for us. Some thinks that Warframe partners are forming groups or alliances to either attack or defend Digital Extremes. Well, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Warframe partners praised or talk shit to each other because they are people. They have different opinions, and you can meet some which you will like, and some that will piss you off. There are no light and dark sides in the Warframe partner programs, only friends and enemies. I haven't considered anyone as an enemy on the Warframe partner program, but I'm blessed with some friends. These are people who I find very comfortable to be with. I don't talk that much with them, but I find them as good folks that you can enjoy being with. The most conversation I had are between Volt the hero and that loser, Ashisogeji Izo. Volt and I always talk about Warframe stuff and life itself. In fact, we often have Discord chat in the past. He's the one who does all the talking, while I'm just replying with text. The most hilarious part of our discussion was when he got ear raped with the screaming of my bundle of joy. For my kids, they were just singing. I just don't know what Volt felt after that experience. While Gizo and I talk about nonsense, everything goes. We talk, then we laugh. What did you guys expect from two losers who use meme robotic voices? Talk politics. Trump is not on our menu. We make fun of each other and talk about things that don't even matter. It's kind of funny sometimes when people asking who's copying who. We have the same style, but honestly, we never talk about how we do stuff on our channel. We never mentioned anything to each other about what we are working on, and there's no sense of competition between us. It's even funnier if we did publish the same content at the same time. Even if we did, we don't get offended by it and just make jokes to each other. Whoever did publish the content first has the bragging rights to say, I was the one who published it first, now go suck your balls. But in the end, the other gets more views. Now I'm going to suck my balls. But all jokes aside, we don't care about what we publish on our channel. It's all about minding our own business, and just being friends even outside of Warframe. I am willing to help both of them, and they will do the same thing to me. Warframe partners are not purposely bonding together. Instead, they are friends with other partners because they find them as good companies. On the other hand, partners have their very own turf war because they have different views about a certain topic. Admit it or not, you all like the Warframe partner drama, and some of these small issues are getting big because some people are fueling the rage and hate of Warframe partners towards each other. Like I've said, we are merely human beings that have feelings. Once we like someone, we show affection. But once we hate someone, we sometimes do a retaliation. It depends on how a partner will react to the situation, and sometimes we may go overboard because honestly, that's what a normal person would say to a person he or she dislikes. Burnout is inevitable as a Warframe partner. A normal human being will eventually get bored doing the same thing over and over again. You can't expect us to do only Warframe content on our channel. If we did make Warframe as a chore, then don't expect us not to get that burnout sickness. In my case, I do my thing at my own pace. If there is new content, I just slowly grind for the needed stuff, and make videos on my discoveries. That's one way to avoid burnout. The other is to just get my ass away from the desktop. As a dad, I wouldn't exchange the time I spend on my family, to sitting on the chair burning myself out with all those Warframe content. The key is to properly manage your time between playing the game, creating content, and doing something in real life. In my 2 years of being a Warframe partner, I find the experience not easy, but quite satisfying. The amount of time you put in making a video, just to make your viewers happy, is quite demanding, but it's totally rewarding, especially if you get some praise from your community for doing a great job. As for the partnership program, I couldn't ask for more. The perks are good enough for me, because it makes my life easier in providing content, and the giveaways help me keep my community active. I think it's a fair trade for advertising Warframe on YouTube, and I can't ask for anything more. Anyway, when you have obtained a crowd of supporters, it's not about the rewards anymore. It's all about giving back to the community. The money you get from doing all of these is just a bonus. What is most satisfying is the fact that you have built a community and met some good folks along the way. It's not about being the best Warframe partner, or about being the best Warframe YouTuber of all time. That title is shit, and I'm better to be described as a good man than be the best player in a game. I hope that I have entertained you with my journey as a Warframe partner, and I wish you will stay and keep supporting our community no matter what happens. Thank you all for your kindness, and I wish you all a good day. Before my usual outro, I would like to remind you that my petition to Digital Extremes on changing Chroma's Vex armor is still needing some signature. If you could help me get at least 5,000 signature on that petition, then I would be very happy. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future.